Okay. Oh, boom. Oh, what are you doing here?
Cohhcarnage has on our lives and people, Ambassador. You must excuse us, however, if our mind wanders to our beloved kingdom.
I pray our lay fares well in your absence.
It is our return to court that concerns us. Our dear cousin Gaspard warns it might align with poor weather.
It's ambitious to predict so far into the future. I'm confident your majesty can weather any storm.
We will see how this battle proceeds. Cohhcarnage yet threatens to engulf us. We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
The sight of our Orlesian allies risking their lives here humbles me.
Your worthy cause would have friends, even if we did not will it. Men and women of faith serve you. Their favor is no less than our own, their service no less dear. With Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious against Cohhcarnage. May you walk in the light.
Inquisitor, I hear this Eluvian lies in a temple nearby.
Oh, yeah, we were just talking
That's
about that.
where the
Love
fighting
the
will be
accent.
worst.
Love it.
Andraste, keep you safe.
Come join us.
Are you sure you don't want to grab a sword and wade in?
I shall remain where I'm of some use, your worship, if it's all the same. Good luck.
Oh, Stormheart is here. I think Stormheart's a T4. Give me all of this, please. Oh, hell yeah. We just got 8 and 5. Oh. Take it. Oh, it is a T3. Oh. It's still good, though. It's still good. I remember using Stormheart in our current bow.
If the soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Cohhcarnage's work for him.
One last push and we can lick our wounds. I wonder if Cohhcarnage will show.
Do you sense the magic crackling? Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
Go on.
As the sun renews itself, so must the faithful renew their love of the Maker. Your penance shall be a joy. Serving him with a heart of love unbound, your struggle shall be a gift, for it redeems you in his sight.
Maker, let me be a worthy servant, that you might take me unto your side.
My thanks, your worship. Andraste must hear you. I was a pilgrim at Haven. I saw the wreckage and how you emerged to lead us. If the Maker bids me serve you, it will be done.
Okay. Solus despises that.
Where does it hurt?
Okay. We're gonna save this for later.
His general is just down the hill, Inquisitor. He wishes to join you for the last push.
Thank you. Stop stealing all the infantry's weapons and supplies. No. Hey, pretty bird. Up. It's a phase bird. Ah! Demon! Great. Keiko had a rough morning. Might need a rabies shot after a wild chipmunk bit me. You were bitten by a wild chipmunk? Sir, I wish you the best. That is quite a story. A wild chip. How did that even happen? Now, yeah, it might. Oh, you might have made a weremunk. Oh no! Now he has a taste for human flesh. Bite him back. How does that happen? Were you like, did it come up all cute and you're like, oh, he's so adorable? Chomp. Did it like run up to you? Did it attack you? Were you attacked by a chipmunk? Like, did it charge you down like a bull and then just lay into you? God. Did it sing? I heard they sing. I heard a few of them. I left the door open and it got into the house, tried to get it out of the house, and it got me. Oh. Oh, man. So, like, real talk, did you, like, pick it up to take it out and it bit you? Or did it, like, actually attack you? Were you, like, trying to get it out with a broom and it then, like, ran over to your foot and chomped it on your foot? Was it an ambush? That's exactly right. That's what I'm wondering. Regardless, you want to have it checked. But, I mean, if it actually attacked you, that would be more indicative of rabies. But if you, like, picked it up to take it out and it gave you a little nip, hopefully that's just being defensive. Tried to pick it up? Yeah. It's probably just scared out of his little chipmunk mind. Oh, I hate to say it. Did you actually take it out? Like, did you take it outside after that and let it go? Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you're not supposed to. It ran away out the other door. Oh. So what you're supposed to do if you get bit by an animal that you think might have rabies is you're supposed to have it tested. And unfortunately, the only way they can do that is when it is not necessarily alive. Yeah. I actually got bit by a squirrel when I was younger. And it was a rabies scare. So my dad put the squirrel in the freezer.
Poor bastards. Corypheus has them dying by the dozen.
That was an interesting moment. I did become a were-squirrel. I actually, in some evenings when the moon is full, I become a squirrel and go out and terrorize the countryside. Standard stuff. Yeah. Happens to the best. Have I killed any dragons? We've killed 2 dragons. Man, this area is beautiful. Beautiful. I can't believe how well this game holds up after 7 years. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Games that come out today look worse than this game in a lot of ways.
The monsters are running, your worship.
Yeah, Frostbite Engine is really solid.
For the herald. They fall! The Red Templars fall!
I think we're gonna be good on Stormheart for the rest of the game. After this area, it's everything. We're looting a bunch of it. Where are we supposed to go? We're supposed to go that way, so let's go up here. Keep in mind that this game was cross-gen. Dreadwolf is going to be next-gen only. I don't think they've said anywhere that Dreadwolf is going to be PS5 only. In fact, I'd be surprised if it was PS5 only. It will most likely be PS4, PS5. Yeah.
For Haven and the Divine.
We'll see, though. I mean, I mean, it's not going to come out for a few more years, so maybe it will be PS5 only. We'll see.
There, ahead. An entire camp of Red Templars.
Look sharp. They've got archers
They
on the
actually
wall.
get the production lines down for PS5 by them. Well, no, we have to remember, like, in most cases, generational lines, I mean, there's supply issues all the time, but the PS5, it was a lot worse than normal. So I wouldn't be surprised if the PS4, PS5 generation jump is going to be a lot different than normal. I mean, for instance, there's a chance that when this game comes out, or when Dreadwolf comes out, there's a chance there may still be production issues. So, if that's the case, I mean, it would not be advantageous for them to be PS5 only by any means. I absolutely would not be surprised if there's still, especially if there's still issues.
It seems this Temple of Mythal is not deserted after all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wilds.
Captain Lowen, I don't want grumbling in the lower ranks that our Lord Corpheus handpicked Grey Wardens to be part of his honor guard over his Templars. Our charge is not to understand his will, it's only to obey it. Besides, our master's still sore he lost all but a few dozen enslaved Grey Wardens to the Inquisitor at Adamant. If your soldiers are smart, they'll keep quiet about it. Anyway, talk for another time. Game is so good. This game is really, really good. A lot better than I remember, to be honest. Pantene Pro V? No, I use CohhCarnage hair care products. It's French. So you know it's fancy. I think that dude tried to envision, and then Solus just was like, no, it's not happening. The weirdest part about Tom Rainier is that he has no Orlesian accent. You know, I wondered that as well. I wonder if he trained himself not to use it so he could cover up his identity more. Yeah, that's my only guess. I was hyped for Inquisition when a Game Informer article was published years and years ago, but I never had the hardware to run it. Really enjoying this run from optional boss for the 31 months. Awesome, buddy. Oh, yeah. New move. Dragon Age 4 is coming to PS5, Xbox Series XX, and PC, but it will not be getting versions on the PS4 or Xbox One. This isn't too shocking, but it does show that developers like BioWare are ready to leave the last-gen consoles behind. This news comes from the LinkedIn profile for Dragon Age's lead player designer at BioWare, Faizan Kite. But I also separately confirmed that EA is planning the game only for new-gen systems from VentureBeat. Oh, that sounds like something that would be real. There you go. Maybe that is the case. Maybe that is the case. We will see. It seems so easy. Is there going to be a hard part soon? I am over leveled. I've been doing a huge amount of side content. So I'm not only over leveled, but I am using a very powerful build. Yeah. And I have really good gear. I completed one of the DLCs called The Descent, and you get some really, really nice gear in that DLC. So I'm over-leveled, over-geared, and frankly just way over-sexy for this entire thing. It happened. What's over here? Can we get through here? Oh, we go this way. Okay. Okay, look at that. Why not turn scaling on for the main quest to make it feel a bit more important and dangerous? Because not only does it not really give us any more loot that's any good, but it doesn't really, all it does is make fights take longer. That's all it does. General Samson. I mean, I had level scaling on for a long time, and then I turned it off, and frankly, I'm having a better time with it off. It would be different if it raised the loot of all the encounters to, like, your level, which I really wish that it did. If it did that, then I think that would be awesome. And it would make every encounter feel like it's an actual high-level encounter. But it's so strange to kill enemies your level and then have them drop, like, loot that's, you know, 3 levels under yours. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Why not play story difficulty? Because I'm playing on Nightmare. Because I love the fact that we've done a bunch of side conquest and done really hard stuff to become strong enough to kick everything's ass on the hardest difficulty. I think that's awesome. I like that feeling. The only reason we're able to kick everything's ass right now is because we worked our butt off getting side content done and charging through the Descent DLC and getting tons of loot from all around the world that was optional. Yeah, dude. That's right, it's earned penis. What did I just say? Oh my. But you know what I mean. Also, hi Fiona.
Good hunting, Inquisitor. We're keeping them at bay. Follow the river to the temple.
Okay. Simply says, this is my favorite game and my favorite romance. Really enjoying the playthrough code. Welcome to the realm of Soulless Mancers. Soulless Mancers. Oh my. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate your 32 months. Go ahead and grab those. What's my number 6 skill do? It is my Artificer special ability that basically makes it so every one of my archery skills, which for us really is just our leaping shot skill, casts twice. David Baltha, thanks for the 6 months, buddy. Is it any good? It is. It is good. Yeah, it's a lot better on. It'd be a lot better if I was a bit more archery focused, but it's still good for sure. I pop it on and spam leaping shot, and it does a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. You're gonna check out a game called Dinkum? I don't know. Discovered the temple gates. The music here is so good.
Press on, Inquisitor! The Inquisition!
Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is this like a giant dungeon?
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
It is.
If we find Corypheus anywhere, it will be there.
I'd count on it. Be ready.
I hear fighting ahead.
Namilana Sabanale.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows.
Oh.
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Exploded so hard it took out my frames.
cannot be!
Across the bridge, now!
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. If he's part of the Blight, he's like an archdeacon. That would make sense. Ooh, fun.
At last, Mathal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
So, you want to explain why Corypheus said he was here for some Well of Sorrows and not an Illuvian?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
Could they be the same? Could Illuvian translate into Well of Sorrows?
No. It seems an Illuvian is not the prize Corypheus seeks. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
I'm pleased.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, Darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
So that's how the bastard survived, Hawk.
For once, I'm relieved I'm not really a warden.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
So I missed the very first line. She said specifically that he can revive within Grey Wardens. Oh. And the Templars. Within blighted creatures. Interesting. Let me go ahead and just delete a bunch of garbage stuff real quick. I'll probably have to do this a few times, unfortunately, throughout this dungeon. Okay. I know the garbage costs gold. I know. Somebody said that they recommend I do this dungeon the right way. Can we do it the wrong way? Let's do a hard save. Ooh.
Yes?
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight to make himself immortal?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight. I have seen a true archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Will answering that question let us destroy Corypheus for good?
Perhaps. I would suggest first dealing with the well. If Corypheus obtains it, any chance of success could be lost.
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple proper. To those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock at the gate. These customs must have been as familiar to ancient elves as bowing to a queen is to you or I.
I find it difficult to picture you curtsying to anyone.
Have we become so familiar you can predict my manners and customs now? Nothing is lost by indulging in the occasional civilized conduct, particularly when unexpected.
You said this Mythal was worshipped as a goddess.
So one assumes. What is a god but a being of immense power? The dread old gods were nothing more than dragons, after all. They rise as archdemons, and they die. Perhaps Mathal was a powerful elf, a ruler among her kind. History often plays storyteller with facts.
You admit lack of knowledge, and yet dismiss her so readily?
I do not dismiss her. I question her supposed divinity. One need not be a god to have value. Truthfully, I'm uncertain Mathal was even a single entity. The accounts are varied.
There are varied accounts of Mathal.
In most stories, Mathal rights wrongs while exercising motherly kindness. Let fly your voice to Mathal, deliverer of justice, protector of sun and earth alike. Other paint her as dark, vengeful. Pray to Mathal and she would smite your enemies, leaving them in agony.
More Dalish tales, I assume.
So this part of the game is why I told you about how they plan the Inquisitor to be only human. You'll see how strange it is to a Dalish elf to be lectured on elven history. Well, not all Dalish clans know a lot about Dalish history. In fact, a lot of them are seeking it out. So we'll have to see, but I mean, it would make sense, especially for ancient ruins that no one has been to in, you know, a very long time, that they wouldn't be up to date on all that. They're kind of, you know, trying to survive most of their days. Get to a point where they can have a foundation to bring their people back, let alone, like, I mean, they've lost a lot of their history.